Yeah,
Yo, it's your boy Wise Nine.
This your man D-Divine.
Yo, this is Mood Singers Magazine. We just gonna discuss some hot topics right now. So, yo, D, what's on your mind, man? What you want to talk about?
First things first, the hotbed topic that everybody's talking about on the internet is talking about your man, DJ Quik.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody on the internet, he was like, yo, somebody had made a comment like on Twitter X or whatever you want to call it, and he was saying that, yo, DJ Quik is the man that everybody thinks Dr. Dre is. But that ain't the bad part. DJ Quik chimed in and said, hey, somebody had the balls to say it.
Listen, over the years, what I've learned, you know what I'm saying? They not wrong. They not wrong. I mean, Dre is a dope producer. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking anything away from him.
Right.
But he's used a lot of other producers.
Yes, he has.
With material and ideas under his umbrella.
And
Quik,
he's DJ Quik is one of them.
Exactly.
Quik is one of them.
I'm saying Sam Snead is another one. You know what I mean? But hey,
and here's the thing. DJ Quik needs to be brought up in these modern day conversations when you talk about some of the greatest producers, because on the West Coast,
West Coast, I mean, he created a whole sound over there. I mean, and not that he didn't create the sound, but I mean, he definitely
locked in that funk sound, that whole G-funk sound.
Yeah.
That's West Coast, period.
Yeah.
And the thing is like you always hear Dre or you always hear like Daz. You know what I'm saying? You'll hear Battle Cat, and it's like enough people don't talk about Quik. Now, part of the reason is Dre was behind the machine for number one.
Right.
Two, Quik was on that independent label Profile, and he had all type of contractual disputes and what may have you. So if he was on a major like Dre was, I think he would have definitely, been like he'd have been on that upper plateau. And like we'd have been talking about him like how we talk about Premier and Pete Rock and all the rest of these.
Right. He's definitely on that plateau though, with Premier and Pete Rock. I mean, on the West Coast end of it. Yeah, I mean,
he plays a lot. He plays a lot of instruments.
Yeah, that's another. I mean, yeah, we're not talking about just the talent. I'm just talking about his production skills, and what I'm saying, the road that he paved. You know what I'm saying?
See, he's an engineer. Yeah, and that's another thing that's being left out. See, because like Dre's Dre has an incredible ear, and he probably knows how stuff is supposed to sound. But Quik is he's an actual studio engineer.
Right.
And studio engineers put a whole nother level on what sounds good and how that shit come out and how that shit bang in your, your car stereo or you know what I'm saying, or the
I like
big
to think
ass.
I know mix shit. Damn that. I mix good too. Damn engineer.
Now I'm saying we ain't got no 24 or 48 track board. Like they had the state of the art. They had them state of the art studio equipment. You know what I'm saying? We make it do what it do, but we gotta have.
I ain't got no SSL, but I do my thing. Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely, man. Quik definitely deserves his flowers. Yeah, I mean, because he's dope producer.
Yeah. No doubt.
I don't agree. I don't disagree with that statement. I mean, because even yourself, you just said he's done stuff for Drake.
Right.
So, yeah.
Shout out. So, so shout outs to DJ Quik and, say no disrespect to Dre. But hey, you know what I'm saying? Let's get that man. Let's like how y'all holler at Trey. Let's get that man his props too.
Yeah.
All right, moving right along. Did you see this crazy thing that happened with Salt and Pepper?
Oh yeah, man. That's horrible, B.
So for those who don't know, you
That's
know,
horrible.
Salt and Pepper was going to court to retrieve the original recordings because after 30 years, you can get your you can get the rights to your songs back because when you're under contract and they got the little clause after 30 years, you can get the rights back and you'll have the royalties, you'll be able to re-release the music and all of that. But long story short, the court ruling was saying that no, um, Salt and Pepper don't own their music. Now, let me update people. The the owners of the copyright right now are Universal Music Group, and they bought out the label that they were signed to, which was Next Plateau and London Records. It was like a subsidiary of like
Right.
Polygram or something. So UMG bought them out. They was never signed to UMG. This is what makes it this is the fug thing about it. They was never signed to UMG, you know, and they when they recorded their original music, they signed a contract as work for hire, not as the actual creators and artists of the music. So UMG was just like, yo, they don't they just came in, rapped, and got the hell on. They all
Right.
we're talking about all the hits, all the stuff that that's been iconic for over 30 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
mean, not to get anything from that work, that body of work. I mean, that's horrendous. I
I
mean,
mean, just show money. They just got to show money. They just
the
got to
court should be
perform.
able
But
to
I'm
step
saying so
in.
far as royalties,
Yeah, but
songwriters
the
credit.
court should be able to step in and say, okay, this is right. These girls, these ladies, you know what I'm saying? They put their heart and soul into this music. You know what I'm saying? And for these conglomerates and these companies to just harbinger their music, you know what I'm saying, and their legacy, that's totally wrong, man. That's totally wrong.
I'm trying to make that was the slapping sound of the
Yeah,
slap in the face
yeah, I
sound.
get it. I get it. I get it. But yeah, man. Yeah, this ain't no laughing matter, man.
No,
this,
nah, it's not.
this,
Not at
this
all.
can get somebody hurt. You know what I mean?
Well, just like in the immortal words of Q-Tip when he said, record company labels are shady. This is what
Yeah,
we're dealing with." And the
yeah.
fact that you never even signed to them. Now, here's the thing, because
So see, I'm
the
looking for
foulest,
Herbie Love Bug right now. I'm looking for you, yo. What you,
no,
what
here's
you know
no,
about
the
this stuff?
foulest thing about them. Let me say
That's
this.
crazy.
Yeah, let me say it. The foulest thing about it is not so much that they didn't own it, is that they didn't know. I'm
That they
assuming that they didn't know that they didn't own it because that would have saved face of them actually trying to take them to court to get the rights back. They should have been like something should have been known to them like, yo, we signed as like we signed as like works for hire. That's something that their lawyer should have broke down like, hey, look, y'all not even y'all not even on this contract as you know what I'm saying?
you know, again, back in the days, a lot of stuff was done by shaking hand, word of mouth. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that people got your best interests at heart, you know what I mean, and not really handling the business sides of it. And this is what happens. This is what happens. And
but
it's unfortunate
but
because, I
but the
mean,
but
Salt and Pepper is a legacy group. You know what I
and
mean?
see, my thing is, I think here's what people, because I kind of get a little upset when people say this is like, well, you signed the contract, it's your fault, and people are like, listen, they don't educate
No,
people on the business of music. It's a whole nother world,
right.
like
And you
I,
got to think at the time. that they're making this music, they're young. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? And like you said, they're not properly introduced to the business side of it. All they thinking about is making music and making money. You know what I'm saying? And
And blowing up and performing,
yeah,
and that's it.
yeah,
Whoever, that man, like you say, like now in retrospect, when you talk about Herbie, it's like, yo, man, it's like you need to
yeah. You
be
gotta have some
putting
words,
people on to
homeboy.
what it is.
Yeah,
Like you can respect it, like, yo, this is what it is. This is what you're gonna get. It's what you want to do. But they don't do that. They persuade you into thinking like, oh man, you're gonna be this and that. And at the time, you got to think in the '80s. This is when you know, just just kids, kids like us when we were growing up. For us to be all on TV, be in videos, and be on the radio, that's like a dream come true. So it's like
yeah, yeah.
a lot of
That's okay.
people,
You're not thinking about the business aspect of it. You know
a
what I'm
lot of us
saying?
a lot of us was doing it for free. We'll do
Yeah,
it for free because that was like our first that's our first taste of just being on stage, because it's like growing up when we were kids, when we're seeing Stevie Wonder, and we're seeing like uh, uh, like in the early '70s and '80s, when you're seeing like Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, Isley Brothers, and Temptations, and all that. That was like a dream because it wasn't accessible to be an artist and just blow up like that. So when rap came on the scene, and you're getting on these platforms like them.
right, right.
That was like the first time. Like now we're like 30, 40 years in. It's like it's not even the same type of, anybody, with a computer or a phone just think they can be the next whoop de whoop. So, but like back then, it was like, yo, we're actually on, like rappers was getting on Soul Train. That was like
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean,
when when they first got the Grammys, or when they was getting on Yo MTV Raps and all of that. That was like, yo, we're actually
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
All right. Then last thing,
It's
I gotta
sad,
give
it's
a shout.
sad. Yeah, that's we got to stay up on your business, man. I mean, music is
Nowadays, yes,
like anything else. Yeah, I mean,
because they still playing them fug games, out here,
yeah, definitely
and
with the streaming
with all
stuff, man.
the
Yeah,
streaming,
yeah,
that's
this
gonna be on the
is
next topic, how they
ridiculous,
devalued music with the
man.
streaming bullshit.
Yeah, and the way that the numbers are reported, it's just it's stupid. It's
Yeah,
it's it's crazy. Yeah,
I got to give a shout out to comedian Tony Baker. You know what I'm saying? He
yeah.
was talking about hip hop.
Tony does the voiceovers for a lot of the animal videos and stuff.
Oh yeah, he's crazy
Yeah,
with it.
he's hilarious, man. Dude is hilarious. Yeah, but go ahead. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna just pull something from his podcast. What he was saying.
We're not gonna age people out of hip hop. Malice is 52, Push is 48. We're not aging us out of hip hop, man. Stop aging people just because you think, oh, hip hop is a young person's game. It's not. The young are welcome, but you keep doing this throughout. Ain't no age out. We not doing that, man. Cause rock and roll.
Right. So
Mm.
we definitely got our, so the old heads definitely got our chops up, because they was thinking like, it was always like, yeah, once you turn 40, you gotta stop rapping. Remember that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's like all those ones that we grew up with, they still dropping albums. They're still dropping quality albums.
Quality albums. Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like the
Um,
audience is still there. We still listen to hip hop. We're one of those, we didn't retire and say, oh, I'm gonna just listen to jazz or R&B or gospel. We still we even still listen to the young
yeah.
folk stuff.
At 80 years old, I'm probably still gonna be bumping Wu Tang. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And they probably still gonna be dropping albums. The thing is, we the only genre of music that does this. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what's
And
crazy?
I think that's probably what Tony was about to say. In rock and roll, you don't have no ageism. You look at the Rolling Stones. Mick Jagger get on stage in the dance with a cane. You know,
Right.
it's arenas. You know what I'm saying? It's still people come out to enjoy their shows. You know,
Yeah.
Grateful Dead, half of their
Right.
band is dead. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And they still sell out arenas and stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? We're the only people who will put ageism on music, you know, in this hip hop genre. And it's some bullshit because you see that it's been proven wrong. You know what I
And
mean?
see, another thing
These
is
artists that
too.
we've grown up with and love that are still doing it, rocking out today. I mean, we just did Slick Rick last week. You know, we
What's
just did
crazy is you got people like Big Daddy Kane and
MC
Nas
Light. You know what I mean?
and
People like that still drop
Ti. Hold
projects.
on, you got people like Big Daddy Kane, Nas, Ti, and even oh my God, what's God damn it, Gucci Man are performing their music to a live orchestra.
But you know, that's just the evolution of things. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
you know, you can even see how the culture is spread around the world. You know what I'm
right,
saying? It's I mean, not just that. Let's get back to the ageism part. It's bullshit. That's all I got.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, yeah, because they put that they put that curve on us because we had started young. We was teenagers uh, when like Nas. What was Nas like 17, 18 when he
Yeah,
dropped
16
Illmatic?
or 17 when he did live at the barbecue or something.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we were yeah, so we were kids. So in retrospect, you would think and the way they was doing rap, you would think that okay, yeah, 40, you supposed to be grown or whatever, and what I'm saying. We didn't, nobody didn't think it would be the whole conglomerate that it is now.
yeah. Well, that's why
And
I mean, and also, you know, it took so long for people to accept the genre. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
As being, you know, a valid against genre, you know, so to speak. But yeah, we seen how the culture has touched the world. You know, it's spread throughout the diaspora. So that goes without being said. So you know, again, hip hop is 50 plus years old. It's still thriving. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna thrive for another 50 and beyond. You know what I mean?
another thing is like there are other levels to it. So like now, like I want to shout out a good friend of mine. Shout out to our brother Spec for having his nonprofit organization called Flock of Flock of say it. Flock of
Vocabulary.
yeah. Yeah,
Vocabulary.
for Flock of
Yeah,
Say
it's a
he
nonprofit.
gonna
This
kill me
is
when he
a
see this. All
nonprofit
right, yeah, we get it. Yeah.
organization that goes into
Right, and then
education programs
they teach kids, you know what I'm saying, through hip
for
hop.
the
He's a
teachers.
school principal.
Yeah, they teach the teachers how to incorporate hip hop to assimilate their curriculum to the students.
Yes,
You know, and making hip hop an accessible tool for the teachers to use in the classrooms to you know communicate and get across you know a lot of their lesson plans and stuff to the students. So it's a dope nonprofit organization, and they travel throughout the country. My brother's he probably in the air as we speaking somewhere, you know. But
right.
you know they use hip hop, you know, to educate. You know what I mean? That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? You have to find different ways to find your niche in this genre to make it more accessible and you know a positive outcome for people who experience it. You know what I mean?
Correct me if I'm wrong. This is the only genre that they do that in. I don't vaguely remember them using R&B or rock or jazz or reggaeton or whatever you want to say to educate the youth. That was one of the core principles when they made hip hop in the first place. It was, what I'm saying, to educate the youth on everything that's going on.
Right.
And
Yeah.
there are a lot of organizations that they don't, and this is the part they don't talk about. There's a lot of organizations that do that. Like shout out to Hip Hop Congress. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
There's something I'm going to be involved in, and
Peace, Anita.
they're doing that. That people want to talk
Yeah,
about the
Hip-Hop
negative
Congress.
aspects.
And
But
hip hop, we talk about vocabulary, and vocabulary is an organization that is nationwide, but the Hip Hop Congress is worldwide.
right.
They're on every continent that you can think of. I mean, they've got representatives, and I mean that's what they do. They bring social awareness, social justice and change. That's what they're about, and they're about using the hip hop platform to do that. You know what I mean? So that's why we try to partner with these type of organizations, to let people know that, hip hop sometimes gets a bad name, but there's a lot of good that comes out of it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a way that people can express themselves through music, through art, through vision, uh, uh, all of those types of medium, you know what I'm saying, hip hop offers. So, yo,
And
we are
then
going to be
another
ambassadors
thing, another thing, and
for the
another thing
culture,
that's important
man.
is they don't talk about this enough. Like at least on the mainstream level, they always want to give you the negative aspects or talking about the drilling and the
Well, the
killing and
controversy
all that
and
type of stuff.
negativity sells. You know what I'm saying? When we were
Right.
back in the early 90s and we were doing brotherhood, unity, peace, Africa, and all of that stuff, they wasn't trying to hear that. So, they ushered in uh,
Well, that
gangster.
was the corporations that did
You
that. Because
know what
remember
I'm
the
saying?
secret
So
meeting where
that's
they
what I'm
changed
saying.
because we was all
It's,
about
it's
that.
always been a part of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? These are the foundation pillars of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge of self. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like that. So, these are things that got pushed to the back because of the commercialism and stuff like that. It's never left. It's never left.
No, no,
It's
my
just,
point is, I think it was I think it was purposely done because it's like here's
definitely,
a tool
definitely,
where, yeah, here's a tool where
definitely,
you're educating, and it's like,
definitely. Why
I'm sorry, but
dumb
like
you down?
this society, they thrive on keeping people ignorant.
Yeah. Why educate you when I can dumb you down and oppress you? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's what mainstream does. So anyway, yeah, yeah. So that whole ageism in hip hop, don't feed into that shit.
No doubt. I'm getting. I gotta dust off my mic. I gotta come out with something. Maybe I'll come up with a little EP or something like that's later on down the line. For people that don't know, I used to do my thing,
Oh yeah,
back in
dude.
the day. I got
Yeah.
a little cut.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be on the next episode.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
yo,
We had to drop a couple of the old Renaissance joints to let them know how nice D was back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
I
Yeah.
hope I can hold my own. I don't want to. I
For the
don't.
neighborhood type joints.
Yeah, I hope I
Well,
can hold my own.
well,
I don't want to
if
be
people
looking like
didn't
Jack
know,
Johnson on the
I'm
mic.
gonna put it out there. I'm gonna put it out there, D. I'm gonna just go on and say it. Yeah, if y'all didn't know. Back in the day, there was this joint that came out called Tap the Bottle, Twist the Caps. You know what I'm saying? My man right here that you're looking at, D Divine, was the writer and producer of that song. Now, let's go back to what we talked about early. Q-Tip, record company people are shady.
Right.
What?
So like that's a whole story. What we got to do that in the next episode because I'm gonna actually want to bring a guest here who knows the whole breakdown of that with the label and all of
Okay,
that.
okay,
So we're
okay.
gonna,
Because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was gonna put my
That's
two
something I
cents
got in the
in.
works. Trust me, I ran into somebody and he put me like we gonna do. Believe me, we gonna that's gonna be a whole topic. That's just gonna be the topic.
Yeah, man. Because like, yeah, okay, yeah, we gotta do that. Because I got some questions. I got some
Okay.
questions. I got some real questions, bro.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna break it all
yeah,
the way down. But
yeah.
we coming up to our we coming up to the closing seconds of this episode. We thank everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to log on to our website, moodslingers.com, where it's a 24-hour radio station where we feature independent artists that's not necessarily getting the rotations anywhere else,
Right,
but you
right.
can catch them right here on the website. We're gonna start doing interviews with these artists, and we're gonna have exclusive events that we showcase throughout the year, and you can check out some of those performances and check out some of those artists on that. And that's on moodslingers.com. We're also going to be putting some exclusive talk segments on that too. So this ain't all because we're gonna talk about some things that ain't always gonna be on the YouTube.
Right, right, exactly. So, yo, again, please like, subscribe, and share your comments and your thoughts with us. We'd love to hear from you. You know what I'm saying? And we will respond. You know what I'm saying? So, again, yo, I guess that's it for this one.
Right.
I'm Lawrence 9,
This your man D Divine.
and we'll holler at y'all.
Holla
Peace.
back. All right.